Moving on to our final team for the Northwest Division, the Denver Nuggets, who last season, definitely an up and down year where they fire Michael Malone in the final week of the season, but end up taking the NBA champion Thunder to 7 games in the second round. Overall, they won 50 games. They were 4th in the Western Conference. And they had a pretty busy offseason. They traded Michael Porter Jr. and a 2032 unprotected first-round pick to Brooklyn for Cam Johnson. They acquired Jonas Valanciunas from Sacramento, and then they signed Tim Hardaway Jr. and Bruce Brown. So they made a lot of moves this summer, and they are definitely looking pretty good. They're looking pretty deep there for the Nuggets. This is one of the deeper teams that Jokic has had with that Denver squad. But, Nick, I know you've got some concerns, so why don't you get us started with the Nuggets?
Yeah, I definitely agree that this is one of the deepest teams Jokic has had, and they're too deep at every position. It's looking really good on paper. My biggest thing when I was writing down these guys, I'm like, who's going to dribble the ball after Jamal Murray? Yeah, Christian Brown. I don't know who they're going to start either. I mean, I was thinking, do you guys think they could start both those big guys, like Jonas and Jokic together?
No way.
Cam Johnson can't play the shooting guard.
No,
because to me, they maybe could play spare minutes together, but the whole purpose of getting Valanciunas is to fill the minutes when Jokic isn't on the floor.
Okay.
So I don't think that there's any world where those two guys start together. I mean, I thought you were going to say the more intriguing argument is who starts at the 2, because now that they have Hardaway, they could have more shooting. But I personally think this starting 5 is set with these 5 guys, because honestly, I mean, it's the same thing. You just swap out Porter for Johnson, and I think Johnson fits the Nuggets a lot better than Porter. The only thing that worries me about that move is Johnson's a little bit of a worse rebounder than Porter. So if they decide to play smaller in different minutes, are they still going to be able to rebound the ball? But besides that, I like the team a whole lot. As far as who's going to handle the basketball, I mean, you have Jokic. You have Jokic that'll have the basketball in the post. I mean, they didn't really have a legit backup point guard when they won the title in 2023. It kind of was Bruce Brown, but it was also just let Jokic handle the ball when Murray is off the floor, and then when Jokic is off the floor, Murray's got the ball. So I think that they'll be fine in that regard. Joey, what do you think about the Denver Nuggets, the moves that they made in the offseason and their outlook this year?
I really like the Valanciunas pickup, and I do like the Cam Johnson and the Bruce Brown, bringing him back, and Hardaway. Their depth is much better, and that's the one thing we've been critical of the Denver Nuggets, even when they won the championship, is that they just can't continue it, because when Jokic is off the floor, their team goes from like a plus 20 to like a minus 30. Like they become a significantly worse team when Jokic is off the floor. But now that they got pieces and they can just rotate him in, I feel like the thing with the rebounding with Cam Johnson, I feel like they don't have to run small as much anymore. They had to before in the past because they didn't have a backup big. Now they at least have Valanciunas, who is a decent rebounder, a big man in the middle, so they don't really have to go that small. Like, he's still down there. And they'll still lose productivity because it's Jokic, but they're not going to lose as much as it was in the past.
Yeah, you're not going from Jokic to DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah.
Or Dario Saric or anything like that. But, I mean, the question that I have for you, Ben, about the Valanciunas pickup is, how good can the Nuggets be in the minutes when Jokic is off the floor? Because Valanciunas is obviously a huge upgrade from some of those other guys, but it is still a bit of a similar archetype where he's a slow-footed guy. Teams are probably going to destroy him in the pick and roll, when he's trying to defend. So will they still be able to withstand the minutes when Jokic is off the floor?
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll be better than the past multiple seasons, with those minutes. Thank goodness for that. But also, you guys haven't mentioned Deron Holmes yet. He'll be coming in and playing some backup big minutes too.
It's true. Yeah, he was out all last year with that Achilles.
Healthy now, and
Yep.
I'm thinking for that too for Denver. I think he could be a good shot blocker for them by the rim. He's got some good athleticism.
He's an Ohio boy, Dayton grad.
Dunking, scoring down low in the painted area, and I think he looked good in summer league this year when he played. So I'm excited about that. And Dusha looked to give him some minutes off the bench too, and uh and what else do I have to say? I think Denver's just gonna be even better than the past multiple seasons. I'm just happy to see that Denver's got good depth this year. And Bruce Brown being back's cool. I think he could fit in pretty well with them like he did before, and I'm just really happy for Jokic that he's got some decent guys to back him up. I'm excited for Denver. They're going to be a scary team, as I said before. Well, you put good depth around Jokic, who, as you guys saw in the top 50 players list, was my number one player in the league. Boy, that's going to be a scary team.
Yeah, I think that they should be very, very good. I mean, even what you were saying about the backup bigs with Holmes being there, as now Joey's back. They just have options now. Like, I think that's the most important thing. They didn't really have options last year as far as, if minutes weren't going well with Jokic off the floor, you kind of had to roll with Gordon at the 5, Porter at the 4, DeAndre Jordan getting minutes. Like, now they have more options, which I think is very, very good and important for that team.
They do have options. Another question I'd had going through this was like, they have more options, they have more depth, but are these guys going to, play better? Are they going to play well? Like, you got Jalen, you got Pickett, Strother, and Tyson, who are all going into their 3rd year. And then P. Watt and Christian Brown are extension eligible this year as well. And, like, they're going to need those guys to fill pretty big roles and, take the majority of the weight off Jokic, take the score, take some pressure off Jokic and Murray and, like, play well enough to have them be healthy and ready to go for the playoffs.
Well, you know what's a great motivator for that? Contracts. And if they're extension eligible, that means they're going to be playing for their contract. So there is a good chance that does happen.
Yeah, particularly for Brown. If I'm not mistaken, I think those guys have to sign their extension before like October 31st or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but really like a week into the season. So he'll get
Christian Brown, not Bruce Brown, right?
Right, Christian Brown. Now. Right, I forgot. Now there are 2 Browns again. We're back to this. Oh my gosh. But yeah, absolutely. I think those guys will play well together. I mean, I think the Hardaway pickup is awesome. I mean, the amount of open shots. You were saying, Nick, he's going to get a lot of open shots for this team. I mean, him and Strother are going to be very similar players for that team. Even like guys like lower on the team, like Kessler Edwards can play defense. Tyson, I think, can be a good shooter. He's got good size as well. So I just really like their team a lot. I like them a lot. I think that they are definitely going to be back to being a legit title contender this year because, well, they were at times last year, but most of the time it was a pretty disappointing year for Denver. It was a huge carry job by Nikola Jokic, who like 3 of us think he's the best player in the league still. I still think he should have won MVP last year, and he should definitely be in the running for it again this year. They're projected to win 53.5 games, which is 3rd in the Western Conference. What do you guys think about 53.5 for Denver after they won 50 last year?
I will take the over. I think they're gonna break out of the. I think they're gonna be 55 to 56 wins.
I also agree. I think they're going to go double nickel and hit 55.
Ben, how about you?
Yeah, I gotta get it over. Somewhere around where Nick and Joey said it. I'm just really excited for the Nuggets this year. They got, some good depth now. You got Jokic and Cam Johnson's even better than Michael Porter Jr. there at the 3. I think they're going to be a scary, really good team, as I said.
Yep, over again. We're going across the board. But I haven't started writing out my full standing predictions yet. We're going to, of course, do that once all these division previews are over. But I think Denver could be the 2 seed in the West. I think that they might be the 2nd best team in the conference. And they, in my opinion, they have the best shot of knocking off the Thunder in the Western Conference.